Japanese has a lot of phrases ending with s, des, mas, おはようございます。ありがとうございます。お疲れ様です。楽しいです。美味しいです。すごく可愛いです。As you can see, there are a lot of s, right? This des or mas are markers for polite speech. So instead of saying おはよう by saying おはようございます、I'm showing my respect towards the person I speak to. In other words, if I don't use this su, so instead of saying おはようございます, if I just say おはよう, I'm not being so polite toward you. But the thing is, many Japanese greeting phrases are long. おはようございます。おはようございます。It has 9 moras. ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。It has 10 moras. So in real life situations, many Japanese people omit in between the first mora and the ending su. For example, おはようございます can be shortened into おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。Well, it sounds like おはようございます. So when you go outside, and especially males do this. おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。This is kind of acceptable. Even though I'm saying it is better and it is more polite if you articulate every mora. おはようございます. Of course, this is the formal, correct form of saying good morning. But in real life situations, many people omit in between. おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。そう、おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。It sounds like I'm saying おはようございます. Yeah, fine. Yeah, it sounds like you're saying おはようございます. But some people even shorten it. Instead of おはようございます, they say おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。Yeah. Well, the thing is, in Japanese, it still sounds like I'm saying おはようございます. And the thing is, you can even shorten it. What I was saying is, You might be wondering, well, why don't you just say os? Os is impolite. You can say os to a close friend, but you're not supposed to use this phrase to anyone who is not close to you. Like your colleague, your boss, your teacher, it sounds very impolite. So os is different. Os doesn't sound like you're saying おはようございます. Even though I'm saying I don't recommend you to use this us because yeah, it sounds like you're saying おはようございます, but it sounds like you're not sincerely speaking it. So I'm not recommending you to use this, but I'm just observing the realities that especially many males tend to shorten it and shorten it to the extent all you have to do is insert a in between o and s. The same thing can be said about ありがとうございます. Okay, ありがとうございます has 10 moras. It is a very long phrase for just saying thank you. So many Japanese people, instead of ありがとうございます, one often say ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。Alimus. So Ali, and after saying Ali, you're saying this sounds. Aligamas. And you can even shorten it. Alimus. You say arimas very fast. Arimas. It sounds like you're saying arigatou gozaimasu. And the thing is, you can even use this magic sound in between the first mora and the ending su. All I said is The thing is, what is important for Japanese people is more like attitude and vibe. I realized this recently. Like, many Japanese people don't actually listen to many of what you're saying, but they're getting vibes from you. Sometimes I don't even understand what you're saying, but I get the vibe from you. And the vibe is enough for communication. So the thing is, as long as I'm behaving like I'm saying thank you, what I actually say doesn't matter much. At least I said ah, and I said s, which indicates that I'm speaking politely. That's enough. You gave me something, I said s. Looks like I'm politely saying thank you to you. That's enough. It doesn't matter what I actually utter. I don't have to say ありがとうございます. Sounds like, whoa, you are so polite. Of course, you should say like that. I'm not saying you should omit stuff in between. So, こんにちは can be お疲れ様です can be お疲れっす。So, お疲れっす。お疲れっす。So, お疲れっす sounds like you're saying お疲れっす。お疲れ様です。Instead of saying そうです。Someone might say そうっす。そうっす。そうっす。The reason this kind of thing can propagate is because Japanese people don't pay much attention to what people actually say. I'm not saying they don't pay attention to them at all, but Japanese people care more about vibes. I know that you're speaking to me in polite form, so that's kind of fine. 社長、昨日はあれでした。おいお前、昨日大変だったぞ、お前酔っ払って。すいません。まあでも楽しかったな。また飲みに行こうか。です。And as I said, I'm not recommending you to speak like this. I don't recommend that. I myself don't speak like this. But the thing is, even though most of people don't pay attention to those things, but there are some people who notice this kind of things. おはようございます。おい安田、お前。おはようございますってなんだよ、それ。すいません。お前、すいませんじゃないだろ、お前。ちゃんとすいませんって言え。お前、ちゃんとな、おはようございます。すいませんって言えよ。お前、そういう話し方あんまり印象良くねえぞ。わかりました。だから、うしたじゃないだろ。わかりましただろ。わかりました。だから、わかりましたじゃなくて、わかりました。ちゃんと間を言え、間を。わかりました。お前、ふざけてるだろ。いや、ふざけてません。すいません。